Hi, I'm George Self. This video is one in a series designed to help with the R labs for BASV316 Introductory Methods of Analysis. This is lab number 1, Introduction to R. R is a command line language, and a lot of students are a little uncomfortable with it because instead of clicking and dragging and dropping and such, you actually have to type in commands to make R work. This lab introduces you to the command line and helps you get started with R. In this lab, and you can read through some of this information at the top, I introduce the R command line, and there are some commands here in the demo that you can see. Oh, here's a command 3 plus 5, and then 5 plus 8 times 2. I have you put values into a variable. Now, a variable is simply just a spot in the computer memory where we store something temporarily. So I store the value 57 in a variable named max score. Then I store the value 22 in a variable called min score. And finally, I have you take max score minus min score and store that in a variable called range. Finally, we display the range. Let me run this demonstration code. And there we go. So range here is 35, which is 57 minus 22. For the guided practice, I ask you to do several things. For instance, I say set m equal to 15 plus 37 times 2. Print the value of m, and to do that, all we have to do is just put m on a line by itself. Set n to 24 plus 6 divided by 2, and print the value of n, and then finally set p equal to 15 divided by 3 plus 2, and print the value of p. If I run this script, there it is, and it all seemed to work. The activity for you to submit is to find the value of 5 plus 8 times 3. Well, that's pretty easy. 5 plus 8 times 3. Find the value of 10 times 2 divided by 4. And find the value of 5 times 3 plus 3, minus 20. And run. So in the deliverable for this lab, I would include 29, 5, and negative 2. A data frame is nothing more than a database. Oh, think of it as an Excel spreadsheet. It is a place where lots of data are stored in a nice format for working. R comes with several built-in data frames, and we'll use a lot of them during our class this semester. For this particular lab, we're going to focus on the stack loss data frame. If you're interested to know what stack loss data frame is, you can click this link. It will take you to the appendix for our book. You can see we've gone down here to the appendix. And you'll see that this is Brownlee's stack loss plant data. This is data of a plant of some sort for the oxidation of ammonia to nitric acid. And this is a data frame. It's a spreadsheet with 21 observations. That would be 21 rows. And there are 4 variables or 4 columns. And those columns are named airflow, water temp, acid conc, and stack dot loss. And let me go back up to our lab, and we will go here to data frames. So I show you how to explore a data frame to see what's in that data frame. First, if you just type in the name of the data frame all by itself, R will print the entire data frame on the screen for you to look at. Now for stack loss, there are only 21 rows, so it's not very bad. Some data frames are very large and it may scroll for a long time. Next is an str command. That's the structure of the data frame. It will show you what the data frame looks like, some of the data in there, and what type of data they are. Oh, is it a string data or text data? Is it some kind of numeric data? Then I take stack loss $err.flow, take the maximum value of airflow and drop that into a variable called max airflow, and finally we display max airflow. Let me run this little bit of a script. I'll scroll up here in the console, and here's the entire stack loss data frame. You can see all of these variables in there. Here's the structure of the data frame. You can see the various variables listed here. They're all numeric variables, so they're all numbers. And you can see the first few values of each of those variables. I have stuffed in the maximum value of airflow. So here's this airflow variable, and you can see it's got all these values in there. And finally, then the max value is displayed. It's 80, and you'll see 80 is the very first couple of values in that data frame. For the guided practice, I ask you to do the structure of the air quality data frame. So I'm going to go back up here to script, and here's the structure command. I will copy this and I will paste it in here. But I don't need the stack loss data frame. I need the air quality data frame structure. Set max wind to the maximum value of wind. Okay, well, I can go up here and copy this line and paste it in here. So I want the variable max wind to be the maximum value of air quality $wind. The capital W is important. And display the value of max wind. So let me run that. And it looks like I got everything correct. For the activity, find the maximum value of bill, and I'm using the cafe data frame here. So I want max cafe $bill. And if I didn't know how to do that, I could go back up to this script and find this part of the command. Find the maximum value of age. Okay, maximum cafe $age. And run that. And there we are. So I would, in my document that I'm creating to submit for grade, the Word document I'm creating, I would say that the max for bill is $128.52. Well, that was a pretty big meal at this cafe. And the max age is 70. So there was a 70-year-old customer in this cafe. That's about it for lab number 1. Good luck with the lab. In all of our labs, please do not get too frustrated. If you get to the point where you're not sure how to proceed, if something just doesn't seem to be working, you can struggle with it for 10 or 15 minutes, but no longer than that. Stop and contact me, and I'll be glad to help you. This is not an exercise in futility. It's an exercise to teach you how to use R. Good luck with the lab. I'll be seeing you online.